We will just start, okay? Never mind. All right. So, Survival Essentials Part 2 with Survival Box. My name is Walter Matthews. If you check the presentation, the previous one, you should know a little bit more about me. Anyway, we will go, this will be the summary for today. First, we're going to make a little summary, very fast, very quick, from Part 1. And then we will go over theory and general concepts, continuing with the first part, and preparation and tips based on the survival priorities that I will show you during this class, right? Okay, so the summary from Part 1, my personal intro, very quickly, I am a Chilean Marine, retired. I served over 21 years in the Chilean Marines, and I am a SEER instructor. SEER stands for Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape, right? That is the military way for survival. I'm a knife designer for Condor Tools and Knife. I don't know if you are related with knife, but if you are, you should be related with that brand of knife. And I'm happy to announce that now I made 2 designs for this year for Kudeman, which is another brand from Europe, from Spain actually, Kudeman, right? So you will be seeing those designs in a few months, I think, all right? I'm a writer, survivor articles. Also, I wrote a couple of books, and now I'm writing my first open to everyone survival book, because the other one were for the service. And I host in different media channels, including mine, of course, and also Condor Survival Skills for the Condor Survival, for Condor 2009 YouTube channel. All right. Going through the theory and general concept we cover in the Part 1, I want to make a quick summary, right? We talk about definitions because we have 3 main concepts that are usually mixed in this madness about survival that is currently in all the social media and TV, all right? So survival is one thing, bushcraft is another thing, and primitive skills is another thing. By the way, I want to remind you that regardless, my name is Walter Matthews. My second last name is Campbell, but I was born in Chile. So English is my second native language, right? Actually, not a native one. But it's happened that I am the grandson from 2 families, one that went from England to Chile, and the other one from Scotland to Chile. And here I am, okay? Right now, I'm living in Weston, South Florida, since 2020. All right. So I say that just I make any mistake on spelling something or saying something, just please have mercy on me, okay? I do my best. Right. Definition: I say survival, bushcraft, and primitive skills. It's not the same. Any one of you are not clear with the difference between those concepts? All of you are clear? Or you want me to make a quick review? Are you clear? All right, we can move on then, right? Remember, the 3 of them are mixed and cooperate together, but it's not the same, right? Okay. We also learn how do we prepare, and we prepare with 2 main concepts: gear and knowledge. 2 main things we need to survive, right? To prepare. And as about gear, we cover different kind of gears. We learn about the difference between an EDC, an emergency backpack, and a survival kit. Is not the same. Pretty much related. People usually confuse them, but it's not the same, right? So different kind of kits we have. And since there's not such things as the perfect kit, we talk about the 5 C's. Remember what the 5 C's are? 5 C's are 5 basic elements that we will be carrying all the time as a minimum, all right? As a minimum. So any one of you can tell me what are the 5 C's? Which one are 5 C's? Cutting tool, container, cover, cordage, and combustion tool. I repeat, cover could be a tarp, for instance, okay? A tarp. Cover, cordage, container, cutting tool, and combustion tool. With those 5 basic elements, you will be able to do most of the things that you need for being self-reliant in the nature or in any other environment, because it could be also in an emergency preparedness environment. Okay, 5 C's. And then we learn what is knowledge. Knowledge is the combination between learning, but I emphasize this. I remember proper learning, getting your knowledge, your information from a trustable source, and of course, practice. If you don't practice what you learn, it won't become knowledge. It just be, some kind of information that will be in your mind just for a few times. You need to practice. Okay? Right. That is the summary. All right, so time you have two speakers facing each other, that's what is happening, right? Okay, so now we're moving to our theory, and we're going through theory and general concepts. So since we already covered the gear, now we'll start talking about the second part of do we prepare? Knowledge. Okay, it's the more complex one because it's really easy to buy gear. Knowledge. So in my school that I found in 2004, I created a school in 2004. It was the first Chilean survival and primitive school. I teach, and also I do the same here in Florida. I teach the basic that I designed myself. First one, do not make your situation worse. Okay. I always use this guy, because he's for me a good example of what not to do. Right? What not to do. So be careful, right? Do not make your situation worse basically means being prudent. Let's say that we are in an emergency situations, we are in the wilderness or any other place, and we are not prudent. If we are not prudent and we start to repeat any kind of thing that you can watch on TV, most likely you will get hurt, right, or injured. So that way your situation will be worse, and you don't want that because you are in a survival situation.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, how you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you very well.
Okay, good.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. I was saying that rule number one in my school is do not make your situation worse. All right, back to the presentation then. Hold on. And sure, here we are.
Right. The pronunciation of my name, you did it right. It's Ligardi or Legardi.
Ligardi? Le or Lee?
Le.
Le? All right.
It has the wiggle over the R.
I got you. All right.
From the Congo. From Congo. Congo. I'm from here. Right. I'm from the United States.
No, I got you. I mean, but okay. But your family is from Angola? Right. Perfect. So rule number two, keep calm. Don't panic. Of course, every time you lose control, you know what happens? You start making wrong decisions. Right? It's really important to remain calm. Also, because panic is like it's like a pandemic. It is contagious. When you lose control, the one who is next to you will feel the same, and both of you will lose control. Then a third person, so on, so on, so on. Right? It will create a panic environment. So remember, keep calm. Rule number two, don't panic. Rule number three, have a plan. Speaking as a warrior, as a military guy, like I say, I served for 21 years. So planning was very important. Every time we didn't plan properly, something really bad happened, right? So every step we make should be done under should be done under a well plan, or at least as a guideline. Okay, you can make a quick plan. If you don't have a plan, what do you need to do? First of all, remain calm. Okay, remain calm, and then make a plan. You will be more successful, and you will avoid any kind of incident or accident. You know the difference between an incident and accident? It's really simple. It's plain very simple. An incident, something happened. It becomes an accident when something gets broken or damaged. It doesn't need to be just a human life to be under threat, right? Or to be damaged. If everything is damaged, it becomes immediately in an accident, right? So if you have a plan, you will avoid that. That's rule number 3. And rule number 4, don't you ever give up. Keep trying, keep pushing. If you give up, you die, right? Having the willing to persevere, to keep going is the key. It's a key factor to be successful in a survival situation. You hear? You all guys are following, right? Right? All right.
Yes.
Okay, it would be good to have you on camera. All right, then another concept, the rule of 3 in survival. As in math, we have rule of 3 in survival too. Different kind. We will review that. First of all, so how long can we stay without drinking water? The concepts I will share with you right now don't mean that if you don't do this in the exact amount of time I'm telling you, you will die. But you are risking yourself to have some organ damage or system damage. Make sense? So how long without water? You can be 3 days without drinking water. As an average, some people can go over that, some people less than that. It also depends on the environment. If it is really hot and you have no cover, of course, and you are sweating a lot, you will be dehydrated faster. But as an average, everyone should be able to go up to 3 days without any water. Okay? How long without food? What have you heard about it, right? What have you heard about this?
7 days?
7
Yeah,
days?
7 days. 7 days.
You can't go without water that long, but you can go with, if you have the water and stay hydrated, hide under the shade, if you have large boulders and the sun is facing the boulders, you can hide behind the boulders and maybe some sort, I don't know, but I know it's 7 days food and I think 3 days water.
Actually,
Yes.
food you can be 15 days.
15 days? Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
3 weeks without food, right?
Okay.
Like I said before, these are average time frames, right? But basically, you should be able to do it in 3 weeks. How long exposed? This rule of 3 is not very well known, but it does exist. So exposed to what? To the environment without the proper cover. So 3 hours. Again, it doesn't mean that you will die. Maybe. Well, maybe if you are in freezing waters, most likely, right? But yes, 3 hours is an average time. That's why I have these 2 guys, those 2 images, this guy in the desert or in the dunes, very wrongly dressed up, of course, as you can see. You need to cover when you are under the sun. He won't die in 3 hours, but I assure you that he will be seriously damaged in his. Which one is the main and large system of our body.
You mean our skin, organ wise?